2014, there are riots it's called the Madonna Rebellion in Ukraine, which we're not told that we are financing those riots. The newspapers never told us, our government never told us. USAID, which is a CIA front, put $5 billion into funding those riots.
Акція, тому що там різна допомога. Дивіться, я коли чую, і раніше чув, і сьогодні ми чуємо від Сполучених Штатів Америки, що Америка дала Україні сотні мільярдів, 177, якщо сказати більш точно. Така звучала точна цифра, яку підтримували або голосував Конгрес, тощо різні організації. Дивіться, я як президент воюючої країни вам говорю, ми отримали більше 75. Тобто 100 мільярдів з цих 177 або 200, говорять навіть деякі люди, ми ніколи не отримували. І це важливо. Бо ми говоримо про конкретні речі, бо ми отримали це не грошима, а зброєю. Ми зброю отримали на 70 з чимось мільярдів. Є навчання, тренування, є додатковий транспорт, є не тільки ціну на зброю, були гуманітарні програми, соціальні тощо. Але коли говорять, що Україна під час війни отримала 200 мільярдів на підтримку армії тощо, це неправда. Я не знаю, де всі ці гроші.
Never thought anything like this could happen in America. When I'm reelected, I will totally obliterate the deep state. When I'm reelected, I will totally obliterate the deep state.
All right, so he told us. He said when he's elected, I will totally obliterate the deep state. I did see a comment in here that said that X isn't working. I can't deal with it right now because I'm live in front of you. Hopefully this continues to work. Hopefully it's still on Rumble. Because I don't know, maybe the forces that be don't want this getting out. This in all estimation, from what we've seen, I truly feel, some of you may disagree, I truly feel we're watching and seeing the biggest story in American history. I'm like, well, Barry, that's a big statement to make. I mean, that takes us all the way back to 1776. Yeah, bigger than 9/11. Actually, probably tied in with 9/11. Bigger than the jabademic. Bigger than all of it. We're starting to see things unravel, the onion layers being pulled back, and information that I never thought in my lifetime I would ever see. And you can see people are beginning to freak out really badly. Barry, what the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about what Elon Musk and Doge are doing. There's a couple of reasons why I say this is the biggest story in history, because we're finding out what the deep state really is. Finding out how deep does the deep state really go. Finding out that they've, for lack of a better word, stolen our money. And we have no idea for how long, and we have no idea in terms of how much. And it all is happening simply because of the person we elected, who pledged, as you just heard. If I'm elected, I am going to obliterate the deep state. So that is happening as we speak. And so over the next however long we're here, I have a lot of stuff to cover. And if you didn't understand, that was Zelensky from Ukraine who was talking. To me, that was the biggest bomb that happened today. Absolutely massive. And you can tell we're on to something when I say we. I'm talking about MAGA, but let's specifically say Trump, Elon, and the team, because there is literally nobody in the media talking about it. It is completely run silent, run deep. Nobody. Oh, let's talk about the tariffs. Let's talk about DEI. Let's talk about the airplanes. And I'm like, there's a bigger story out here. Folks, there's a huge story out here. You want to get into it? No, we've been told not to talk about that. And so the only way you're finding out about this is guys like me, excuse me, obviously people like Alex Jones and other people, but they're all on X and they're all podcasters. There is no mention of this happening in the mainstream media, which should tell you volumes. So if you just didn't have a chance to read the subtitles as Zelensky was speaking, the first big bomb, actually not the first, but one of many, Zelensky says, hey, I've been hearing in the news, America, people talking, saying we got like $200 billion. And I just want to let you know, we didn't get $200 billion. In fact, we didn't even get that much cash. They were sending us weapons and tanks and whatever. But even then, if you took the total of all that stuff, it only came out to about $75 billion only. So where the hell did the other $100 billion go? And why is it just Zelensky just deciding to say it now? Was he afraid to say it? Did people tell him, keep your mouth shut, don't talk to the press, never mention what's going on? And now does he feel emboldened by Trump? And he's going to spill the beans on what Biden and Kamala and whoever else were doing? I don't know. So throughout this video tonight, what I'm going to do, and this is basically going to be a humongous homework assignment. Because I don't have the information. I have the reports, and I'm going to begin showing you some things. And you're going to have to dig and start seeing what you could find. And then once you do find it, begin sharing it with everybody. Because as we've said, we are the media. None of this is getting out anywhere if we aren't talking about it. You can see it right now, because some of you are probably like, hey, I've been away all weekend. It's been nice. What the hell is Barry talking about? Well, that's the first thing. That's the very first thing. Right off the bat, before we go any further, allegedly, there's $100 billion missing. And so now, we're going to see people scatter. Absolutely scatter. So before I get into something, I want to show you a couple things because they kind of go along with what Trump has been saying. And there's some pretty big things. Okay, so in regards to the tariffs, Trump posted this and said, anybody that's against tariffs, including the fake news, Wall Street Journal, and hedge funds, is only against them because these people or entities are controlled by China or other foreign or domestic companies. Anybody that loves and believes the United States of America is in favor of tariffs. They should have never ended in favor of the income tax system in 1913. The response to tariffs has been fantastic. So as of right now, I believe the markets are set to the futures, which try to tell you what's going to happen in the markets tomorrow when they open up. They're already down like 700 points because the markets are really unstable with what's going on in Canada, Mexico, and China, and then Japan decided to jump into it. So Trump has walked into the entirety of the presidency, and as I've said a couple times, taking this snow globe, and is shaking everything up. In addition to what we're finding out, or not what Doge is finding out, and with what Trump doors he's kicking in, everybody is freaking out. Everybody. And things are happening so fast. This was the slowest news day of the week. And even then, it was like, oh man, how am I going to put all this stuff together? I told these people I'll do a show at 8 o'clock. Obviously, this is the first primetime show I'm doing. This is when the nighttime show will now be this week. Will be 8 o'clock every night. So I said, let me get in, do a trial run, and see if I can't talk about some things. And there's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. So that's what Trump said about the tariffs. Then he said this. The water is now flowing in California. These once empty half pipes are now brimming with beautiful clean water and heading to farmers throughout the state and to Los Angeles. Too bad they refused to do this during my first term. There would have been no fires. I want to thank our great military and the Army Corps of Engineers for their love of our country and speed in getting this emergency done. And there are pictures here with full reservoirs and all kinds of water flowing in California, which leads you to believe, why didn't they do that before? You know, that's the recurring theme that you're going to hear tonight is, well, why didn't you just do it before, these people? How much of this stuff has been intentional to, destroy America? Now, in terms of stepping back into the global scene, Trump decides he's going to make his feelings known about this. South Africa is confiscating land and treating certain classes of people very badly. It's a bad situation that the radical left media doesn't want to so much as mention. 100% true. Many of you know what's been going on in South Africa for quite some time. The media, completely silent. A massive human rights violation at a minimum is happening for all to see. The United States won't stand for it. We will act. Also, I will be cutting off all future funding to South Africa until a full investigation of this situation has been completed. So now, South Africa, welcome to the party. You now have been cut. These countries are not used to people coming in and being so disruptive. When he said America first, I don't know what they thought it meant, but you can see he's out there and he's doing it and he's got people doing it. And I think we're about to see the possibility of recess appointments. He posted this earlier this evening, probably from the plane. Democrats are purposefully delaying virtually all my nominees. No matter how good and well qualified someone is, they are taking maximum time for approval and laughing about it. They're having a good time at the country's expense and safety. If George Washington and Abraham Lincoln were nominated for a position, the Democrats would take it to the last moment before having to approve. It's disgraceful. They can't get over the landslide loss suffered in the presidential election, but the Democrats don't understand. The Democrats don't understand with what they're doing that their losses will only get greater. I would take that as a very ominous thing that he said. Republicans must get tough and must get tough very fast. We need our nominees now for the safety and good of our country. So obviously he's talking about moving into recess appointments because you got to get tough means it's time to fight. It's time to get things done. So there was he landed back in Washington and he took a few questions at the airport. I want to show you that so you can listen to what he said here.
They violated the agreement. They're not allowed to violate the agreement. China's running the Panama Canal. That was not given to China. That was given to Panama foolishly. But they violated the agreement, and we're going to take it back or something very powerful is going to happen.
Are you planning to increase the tariffs against Canada?
Well, it could happen. If they do anything, we will. Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years. They don't allow our banks. Did you know that? Canada does not allow banks to go in. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. If we have a U.S. bank, they don't allow them to go in. Canada's been very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year. And for what? What do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. I love the people of Canada. I disagree with the leadership of Canada. And something's going to happen there. But if they want to play the game, I don't mind. We can play the game all they want. Mexico, we've had very good talks with them. And this is retaliatory. This is retaliatory to a certain extent. Millions of people flowed into our country through Mexico and Canada. And we're not going to allow that.
Do you feel that Elon Musk is delivering on his promises to you? Do you feel he's doing a good job right now with
I do. I think Elon's doing a good job. He's a big cost cutter. Sometimes we won't agree with it and we'll not go where he wants to go. But I think he's doing a great job. He's a smart guy, very smart. And he's very much into cutting the budget of our federal government.
Mr. President.
That scared the hell out of me when he said, Elon's out there. He goes, sometimes he wants to do stuff. I don't want to go there. I'm like, damn, what kind of stuff does he want to do that's off limits? Just to let you know, Doge is having a X space tonight. Interestingly, Elon's going to be the one running the call at midnight. Don't know why. Don't know why he chose midnight. If some of you guys are late night people, you can probably tune in. I was thinking about covering. Like, should I go ahead and cover this at midnight? And I'm like, nah, man. Who knows how long I'll be talking? But what I'll do is I'll cover that in the 3:30 show tomorrow. So Trump mentioned a couple times, if you heard that, and what he said was, number one, if you want to, let me paraphrase what his words were. FAFO. That's pretty much what he said. You're playing a game, and we mean this, and we're going to go forward, and something is going to happen. Those were his exact words. He talked about Panama, and he talked about Canada and Mexico. He said something is going to happen if you don't do what we're told. Immediately, today, as things are happening with the tariffs up in Canada and Mexico, their currency is pooping the bed. It's basically flatlined at this point, and they're dying. There's some people who say their economies won't last a week or two. It's really so bad that some companies, they said at least 50% of the companies are in Canada are now looking to see if they can relocate to America. I don't understand. As I've said before, Canada holds the key to their prison. Mexico holds the key to their prison. All you have to do, from what I've seen and what you've seen, stop the fentanyl and shut the border down. That's it. I haven't seen any other demands. Maybe you guys have. I haven't. So if those are the only things he's demanding of you, if the only thing he's telling you is to shut down the border and stop the flow of fentanyl, why wouldn't you do that? That seems pretty much a no-brainer. Hey, I understand. You're right, Donald. Let's go ahead and shut it down. But they won't. Which should tell you something else. Someone is telling them what to do, and you two, the president of Mexico and Trudeau, you need to fall on the sword because we need that more than we need you. We need that route of fentanyl and newcomers more importantly than we need your country. You have two presidents of two North American countries who all they have to do, shut it down. We're not telling you to do X and Y and Z or put this person in power. And all we want you to do is shut down the border and enforce it. And they won't do that. So you have to think about, the guys over there who's running the WEF globalist agenda, why they would go so far as to put their country's economic future in peril just to keep the borders open and keep the flow of other stuff happening. Got to make you think. So there's your first homework assignment. Is there something else that Trump is asking for? Because I haven't seen it. He said the Panama Canal. He gets off the plane and goes, if something doesn't happen, something big's going to happen. Well, something big did happen. Let's look at what happened in the Panama Canal.
Una cosa importante, que es una decisión que adopté y se la comuniqué. El memorándum de entendimiento del año 2017 sobre la ruta de la seda de Belt and Road Initiative no será renovado por mi gobierno. Eso es así. Vamos a estudiar la posibilidad de si se puede terminar antes o no, pero creo que le toca en 1 o 2 años la renovación, porque es cada 3. Así que esa iniciativa que se firmó, cuando se firmó, en el tiempo que se firmó, no será renovada por mi gobierno. Creo que esta visita abre un camino para construir una nueva etapa de relaciones. Así lo veo yo, así lo sentí de parte del secretario Marco Rubio, y a la vez tratar en la medida de lo posible de que se incrementen las inversiones de los Estados Unidos en Panamá. Le expliqué una serie de proyectos de infraestructura que el gobierno tiene en carpeta, en cartera, con el ánimo de que las conozcan y en su momento que se hagan las licitaciones, que comenzarán muy pronto, pues se pueda entrar.
So that's the president of Panama who, 2 days ago said, nah, I'm not folding to Trump. We're going to do what we want to do. Marco Rubio gets off a plane down in Panama. It's like, I don't know what happened at the meeting, but it was pure gangster, obviously. They made him an offer he can't refuse, to the point where he came out to a podium and go, yeah, not only are we going to enter talks, we're going to cancel the deal we have with China. We are seeing the globe shake right now. And Trump is wielding power that I haven't seen a United States president wield in quite some time. And he's doing it very, very fast. And he's got people that he's dispatching and saying, go take care of this, go take care of that. And they're coming back with big wins. Huge wins. So we're going to hear some stuff this week, obviously, that Canada and or Mexico, one of the two, they're not going to be able to keep it up. He may even step up the tariff on both those countries to 50%. Who knows? But he's going to keep tightening till he gets what he wants. He's using the power of the United States to his advantage. And the media is screaming. You would think you would be rooting for your home team. I mean, you're supposedly on our side. You wear our uniform, right? You're an American. But oddly, that's not how they're portraying it. They're portraying it as if Trump is doing something bad. All of this just leads to tell you that, and I'm going to show you, that the media is 100% complicit. Many of us knew it. Many of us said, there's no way you could be paying Joy Reid $4 or $5 million. There's no way you could be paying Rachel Maddow $25 million, or Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper was pissed off with Stephen Miller today, and Stephen Miller got him to say that it was basically trying to insult Kamala by saying, you know, it happened while Kamala was doing it. They're running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and they don't make any sense. So this next piece, and for all the Russia nuts out there, is really going to make these people just like completely freak out.
Что-то изменилось, что ли, со времен Байдена? Да ничего не изменилось. Они с удовольствием выполняли любой приказ со стороны Вашингтона при Байдене. Просто им Трамп не нравится, они с ним боролись активно, да? Реально вмешивались в политическую жизнь, предвыборный процесс в Соединенных Штатах, а потом растерялись, когда Трамп вдруг выиграл. И потом Байден ментально им больше нравился, понимаете, ментально. А у Трампа другие представления о том, что такое хорошо, что такое плохо, в том числе в этой гендерной политике, в некоторых других вопросах, им как бы не нравится это. Но я вас уверяю, Трамп с его характером, с его настойчивостью, он наведет там порядок довольно быстро. И все они, вот увидите, это произойдет быстро, скоро, все они встанут у ноги хозяина и будут нежно помахивать хвостиком.
I don't know if you could, I hope you guys all could read what he said, but the end, he's like, in the end, they will all bow at the master's feet, talking about Trump. So he's winning, and he's starting to do things on a global scale, and Putin, he's sitting back going, yeah, watch what happens here. This guy's kicking butt, and they're going to bow to his feet real soon. Because his personality and his persistence, they are not going to be able to beat him. Now, if you show that video or talk about it or share it on X, you get people that absolutely freak out and call you Russia, Russia, Russia. You're carrying the water for Putin. No, this is about Trump. So let me segue into showing you some of the stuff that has happened with what Elon's been doing. As people around the world begin to kiss the ring, it's only a matter of time before the people here who are opposing Trump have to kiss the ring as well. This story came out in the Daily Wire. And let me go ahead and bring this up so you guys can see it. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. I just got to format it so you can see it. Okay. And it's called Weekend Warrior. Wait 1 second. I got to move that over so you can see it. Hold 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. I'm doing some editing here live so we can talk about this. And all right, so here we go. It's not as neat as I'd like it, but at least we can talk about it. All right, so if you guys haven't seen this article before, this is on the Daily Wire, and it's called Weekend Warrior. Elon Musk reveals how Doge is cutting billions in spending every single day. And this was at, I don't see what time it is, but it was today. All right, so check this out. The Department of Doge appears to have gotten off to a fast start. Elon Musk, who leads Doge, delivered a number of updates on his social media platform on Friday going into the weekend about what it takes to cut government spending by billions of dollars. So this is just a quick recap. And he brought up this tweet here. And this tweet here is updated data on DEI-related contract cancellations with full detail. Now, I think, let me just make sure that I have this here in a bigger format for you to see. Where is it here? Okay, let me bring it this way. Boom. Look at these numbers. This is just the DEI cutting and what these agencies were doing. CFPB, which was Elizabeth Warren's baby, that's $20 million. Department of Agriculture, $113 million. Who's a big one here? DHS, Department of Health and Human Services, $60 million. Homeland Security, $43 million. Million. Treasury, $35 million. Then you get down here to OPM, Office of Personnel Management, $516 million. $516 million just on DEI. Never mind any of the other stuff. Not the rent, not the employees, not payroll, none of it. $516 million on DEI. And on and on and on. And then I just want you to familiarize yourself with that last one. USAID, $375 million for a total of $1.2 billion that they were able to shave off just by stopping DEI. That's it. Just, hey, can we just stop all this crap? Okay, if we stop all this crap, yeah, wow, we just saved $1.2 billion. Billion with a B. As I was talking to you yesterday, I was showing you numbers, and sometimes as we talk tonight, these numbers can get quite overwhelming. And again, you can go verify these. And these numbers are your dollars. Your money is being spent on all the crap that I'm about to show you. Because I thought it was bad yesterday when I talked to you. It's so much worse. It is so epically worse in terms of what is going on. Elon put this out and said Doge is on the warpath. Government corruption we've seen, corruption we haven't even seen yet. So as he's talking about the billions and billions and billions of dollars that they're finding and going, cut, 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 they are now realizing, which he's probably going to talk about at midnight tonight, they've got so much that they haven't even gotten to yet. Remember, his team is working 24/7. They're sleeping in the offices and rotating in and out between rest. And they keep finding more and more and more of your money being spent in stupid places, which nobody can even account for. Zelensky says, I don't even know where $100 billion is. It didn't come here. $100 billion, I don't know where it is. Okay. Now that we're knowing where it's coming, and then I'm going to jump around a bit here. Career Treasury officials are breaking the law every hour of every day by approving payments that are fraudulent or do not match the funding laws passed by Congress. So I told you yesterday, they have never turned down a disbursement. If they're supposed to send money and they get it in front of them, they're sending money. They don't care if it's to a known fraudulent person or organization, or even if it's going to a terrorist organization. Their only job is to send the money and keep sending it. He's quoting about the statute here, which is 31 USC 3325, which talks about the vouchers section of a code, specifically under Title 31, which deals with money and finance. And it goes through the entire how this is supposed to be run, and they're ignoring it. Just as he summarized it here, the numbers and money that they're sending out, as bad as it is without them ever looking, don't match what's been approved by Congress. You've got this agency that's just out here sending money out, and they have no regard to what's been passed in Congress or what law. I'd love to have that. Can you imagine? What do you mean you're not following the law? Nobody's checking. Nobody comes here. Nobody comes to this office and knocks on the door. Nobody ever checks what we're doing. All we're told to do is just keep hitting the button and send this money. It sounds absolutely ludicrous. Well, it doesn't sound, it is absolutely ludicrous. Your money is going out the door faster than you can even imagine. Where is this? I want there's so much here. Okay. So this thing, USAID, they named it that way to make it seem like it was aid. But USAID stands for United States Agency of International Development. Oh, I'm sure you thought it was, let's help the poor people. Let's help the people get water in Africa, or earthquake in XYZ country. Oh, no. That's not what it is at all. It is the deep state slush fund. As you heard RFK Jr. say at the beginning of this video, now it has been determined this is the target. This is the, well, at least so far from what they've seen. So, breaking. USAID senior officials put on leave after physically trying to stop Doge from accessing agency systems. They actually had people fight them and fight his people to make sure they didn't get into the system. Even though they were given access by the Treasury Secretary, these thugs in this office realized we're screwed. So we might as well fight Two USAID officials, John Voorhees and his deputy, were put on leave late Saturday night after refusing to allow Doge members access to the systems. The Doge members threatened to physically call the police after being refused entry. They were trying to access the security and personnel files. Federal officials are concerned that Trump is trying to fold U.S. aid into the U.S. State Department in an effort to cut corruption and bloat. Why are they concerned? USAID employs approximately 10,000 people, excluding contractors, with 2/3 of them overseas. 60 U.S. aid members were already put on leave last week after trying to circumvent President Trump's executive order on stopping foreign aid. So just understand the picture you're hearing about this one agency. These people are freaking out so much that they're willing to get physical. And they're just the office staff, which means this is the giant Pandora's box. And now people are going through this stuff and they're like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. And they're finding it all. It's so bad. Worse than you ever even imagine. How bad? Okay. How bad? Here's how bad. Mike Benz, if you're not following Mike Benz, go ahead and start following Mike Benz. His entire X profile at this point has become a profile in how to expose all of this. Anyway, that's Mike Benz, and we're going to have him on the show. I actually had him booked one time, but we had to reschedule. He goes, why was USAID funding the production of heroin in Afghanistan? U.S. taxpayer, you, are helping to irrigate, fertilize Afghan opium funding for the Taliban. Go ahead and read that and let that sink in. Your taxpayer dollars were sent to Afghanistan to help irrigate the fields where the poppies are growing so that they can harvest the drug. You understand the connotation that comes with that. You now understand who really is importing all this stuff. Who's really selling it? Because I've thought for many years, hey man, why do we even have a drug problem in this country? Can't we just stop the stuff from coming in? Or is it not supposed to be stopped? Whose product is it? Whose product? It's yours. It's mine. You don't see any of the funds from it, but you're paying for it. Feds, U.S. taxpayer funds are helping to irrigate, fertilize Afghan opium for the Taliban. You know, the guys that were trying to kill us, we're helping them grow products so that they can sell it all around the world. And here in America. It's all coming out. It's all coming out, and people are absolutely losing it. So I'm just telling you, begin looking at all this stuff. Now we got, as I told you yesterday, about somebody emailed me and said, hey, listen, when you were talking about Wally the Nigerian prince, understand he's been here for quite some time, and you made it sound like he was a newcomer. No, I didn't. I was reading specifically what was in his bio. So you got to pay attention here, because now we're talking about Wally again. Elon says that the most entertaining outcome, especially if ironic, is most likely. The former deputy of the Secretary of the Treasury was born in Nigeria. Was he in charge of approving these fraudulent payments? He was in charge of the guy who was issuing the payments. It was his underling, under his direct report. And if you look at his bio, I'm just reading what it says. He was the first president of the Obama Foundation. He served during the Obama administration as Deputy National Security Advisor for International Economics. And there's Wally. There's Wally. Anybody else find it odd that a guy who was The director and in charge of money for the Obama Foundation happens to be pulling the purse strings. Now, that couldn't be a conflict of interest there. It gets real deep. I wanted to show you this thing. Where is Michael Flynn? All right, so let's look at this. Now it's the Lutheran faith. The use of religion as a money laundering operation must end. And so, as you know, there's the Catholic charities and all these things that sound like they're helping various religions. So this one here is called, and make sure you're sitting down as we go through this, the Lutheran Family Services. Sounds so nice. They're helping people. And affiliated organizations, in addition to the Lutheran Family Services, receive massive amounts of taxpayer dollars, and the numbers speak for themselves. These funds total billions of American taxpayer dollars. This is from Mike Flynn. He started to dig in. Here are just the few recent grants awarded, pre-RFK Jr., by the Department of Health and Human Services. To the Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Service, yeah. $367 million. Understand this NGO here, who's associated with the Lutheran Church, is getting $367 million of your money to help the refugees. Next up was the Lutheran Social Services of the South, not to be confused with, Lutheran Services of Florida or the Lutheran Services of the North. Lutheran Social Services of the South pulled in a cool $134 million. Lutheran Services of Florida pulled in $83 million. 83 and 134 is about 215. 215 and 367. You're approaching $600 million for this one umbrella organization group. Anybody throwing up yet? I mean, because right now your stomach is probably thinking, you got to be kidding me. And meanwhile, we're giving people in North Carolina $750, and these people got $600 million. So let me ask you a question. If groups that we can trace, like the Lutheran people here, pulled in $600 million, I'm going to ask you a question. How much is Justin Trudeau or whoever pulling in? And from who? How much is Mexico pulling in, and from who? You see, these are just people we know of. And these people were getting $600 million. $600 million. Say it to yourself, $600 million. $600 million can make you do a lot of things that you shouldn't be doing. So just think, the entire country, this is just one organization. If this one organization got $600 million, what would you pay a country to bring in new look at the name of the company. Yeah, the Immigration and Refugee Services. And they paid them this kind of money. What do you think Canada's been getting? 600 million? Probably double that. What's Mexico been given? Probably double that. All off the books. Remember, they had an office at the Treasury who sent money unquestioned. This is stuff that they're finding. It's stunning what you're paying for. Let's continue to what General Michael Flynn says here. There are, quote, many more organizations cashing in on our hard-earned money. These entities are receiving huge sums, which raise serious questions about how taxpayer funds are being spent and who's benefiting. It's time to hold these organizations accountable. American taxpayers deserve transparency. Enough is enough. And there's much more where these screenshots come from below. And you could go to Michael Flynn's X page and just pull this up, because it's going to be too small on here. Now you're starting to think. Now you're saying, wait a second. That's a lot of flipping money. Who's running these organizations? Well, guess. President and CEO of Global Refuge, which is formerly the Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Organization, was Krishanti Omara Vignaharja, and she's an American lawyer serving as president and CEO of Global Refuge. Oh, what did she used to do? Well, she previously served in the Obama White House as policy director for First Lady Michelle Obama, and at the State Department as senior advisor under Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Secretary of State John Kerry. So wait a second. The woman who's in charge of the Lutheran organizations, she's not Lutheran at all, but she named it as such, so it looks very nice, and she's gotten $600 million of your money. Well, she used to work for Michelle and Barack and Hillary and Kerry, and there you go. This stinks to high heaven. This is why July 13th probably happened. This is why people with the office wanted to fight, actually fist fight, keep him out of these computers. They know what's about to. It's already happened. I want to say it's happening. Maybe I will stay up at midnight and hear what Elon has to say. Maybe he had to wait until midnight because they had to wait for Trump to get back so they could go over all the stuff he's going to release. I don't know. But this incestuous web is knee-deep with the Obamas. The other guy, Wally the Nigerian, used to work for Obama. Krishanti Magnahara, whatever the hell her name is, she worked for Obama and Hillary and John Kerry. How these people all stayed in a position where they had access to the money is beyond me. And now no one ever looked. For the last 4 years, they've been taking your money however they wanted to and dispersing it to whoever they wanted it to. And nobody even asked. That's why they put Dementia Joe installed him as president, because he wouldn't ask. He didn't care. He didn't know. That's why they had cackles. She didn't know what she was doing. What they were doing was running the country into the ground and letting people run around and worry about this and that. What they were actually doing was stealing your money to an epic proportion. And no one in the media even looked. Just imagine that. And we have been getting stolen from, and we've been getting robbed. And it wasn't till Trump and Elon, which now you know why they didn't like Elon. That's why now it all starts to make sense. You're like, oh, they were attacking Elon because they were like, what's this Doge thing? What's he going to do? And now he's taken down that website. No wonder USAID workers want to stop Doge from accessing the agency's computer system. It's a hotbed of CIA front activity and radical NGO funding. See, I don't even know if they'll let this video stay up, because we're exposing stuff that's only, and I do mean only, being shown on X. So I don't know if it's going to get whack-a-moled into oblivion or not. But what you're beginning to see is the trench coat being pulled open, and it's like, oh no. Oh. It's worse than you could even imagine. Now you know why we're so far in debt. Now you know why they just wanted to keep raising taxes and raising taxes until at some point we became the proverbial Tea Party, the real Tea Party, and said enough. This is time for the next American Revolution. That's why they wanted to take your guns. They didn't want this stuff to get out. Imagine with the big blue bus and all the things they were doing surrounded by that agency with the baby removal. That's a whole other cash cow that they haven't even got to yet. Your government has been, up until this point, evil. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's not even a single Democrat who can look this in the eye and go, oh no, this is all fine. And they won't look it in the eye. See, that's just it. They don't want to hear it. I don't talk about it. I can claim plausible deniability. I didn't know. But it gets worse. Oh, it gets worse. USAID literally set up fake, I can't say it, disease prevention workshops to topple foreign governments. Look how far back this goes. Beginning as early as October of 2009, a project overseen by the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, sent Venezuelan, Costa Rican, and Peruvian young people to Cuba in hopes of ginning up a rebellion. The travelers worked undercover, often posing as tourists, and traveled around the island scouting for people they could turn into political activists. In one case, the workers formed a prevention workshop. Let me move that down so you can see it. For the program's political goals, a gambit that could undermine America's efforts to improve health globally. And now you know why they don't want RFK Jr. in here. I saw an awesome meme today. I should have downloaded it. It said, imagine taking advice from a doctor who needs a pardon. Let that sink in. Imagine anyone taking advice from a doctor who requires a pardon from the president. The tentacles on this stuff are really, really, really deep. I mean, really deep. I'm going to stop here and take some comments in a second, because I know you guys, you must be like, what the heck is going on here? It's amazing. Give me a second. Let me talk to you about Mike Huckabee and what he's been doing. President Trump said he wants to teach our kids to love our country, and now it's finally time that he's in office, has been inaugurated, and he's doing the job. It's the perfect time to teach kids everything they need to know about their new president and his mission to make America great again. That's why Mike Huckabee's team put together the Kids Guide to President Trump, and to celebrate President Trump's return to the White House, they're giving it away for free. This book is great because it features fun illustrations and content teaching kids all about President Trump's accomplishments and his goals for his second term. Mike Huckabee wants to send your family this free guide so you can teach your kids the truth about President Trump. And when you order, you'll receive a free commemorative President Trump pin. But you must hurry because supplies are limited. Claim your free Kids Guide to President Trump for your kids right now. See offer details and order your free guide at kidstrumpguide.com. That's kidstrumpguide.com. Or you can click on the QR code that's over here, or over there rather, and the same thing as typing in the information. So kidstrumpguide.com. Thanks for listening. Be right back. As you know, President Trump has assembled the Avengers to make America great again. And of course, we're all excited and ready to see them get to work. But with everything we're seeing right now, don't take your eye off the ball. Things could get much worse before they get better. With the possibility of World War III still looming, and with the Democrats doing everything they can to impede Trump, you still need to keep your guard up and your money protected. Oh, and our national debt is still massively increasing. Don't get me wrong, I have high hopes for Trump's America, but I also have a family to look out for. You see, Trump and the Avengers have quite the uphill battle ahead. That's why I'm making sure I'm protected, and I'm recommending that you do the same. One way to be protected is by diversifying your portfolio. That's why on this channel I've been happy to partner with Lear Capital. As you know, I've been involved in real estate for quite some time, and although I dabbled in gold and silver, Kevin and his staff at Lear have helped to educate me even further, especially in regards to silver. Give Lear a call today and they'll show you how easy it is to move some of your savings or your retirement account into gold and silver. Gold and silver have been proven to hold value and protect wealth for the long term. Call Lear today at 800-601-5430 or go to learberry.com to get your free gold and silver wealth protection guides. There's no obligation, just free information. Many of you have seen my interviews with Lear founder Kevin Demerit, and I can tell you this company is solid and likes to educate their customers. Just so you know, Lear has over 27 years of experience, thousands of 5-star reviews, and over $3 billion in trusted transactions, and is the only company with a 24-hour risk-free purchase. You don't pay unless you're 100% satisfied. So call 800-601-5430 or go to learberry.com. And when you call, don't forget to ask how you can get up to $15,000 in bonus gold or silver with a qualifying purchase. So if you'd like to take advantage of this opportunity, please call my friends at Lear Capital at 800-601-5430 and tell them Barry sent you. Now, I just want to tell you, not just because I'm partnered with Lear Capital, but now might be a good time for you to look at some diversification and protection of whatever money you have right now. And if you can't afford gold in a higher price point, go to the website. The minimums are much lower, and you can buy some gold and silver. Everybody can afford. I mean, you can get silver for the price of a cup of coffees at Starbucks. In any event, you're seeing things play out right now in real time on a global scale. You're seeing what's happening in Panama. You're seeing what's happening in Canada. You're seeing what's happening in Mexico. You're seeing what's happening in Japan. What does that tell you? That tells you we're seeing a huge amount of volatility. And couple that with what's being exposed on almost an hourly basis at this point, you're looking at even more volatility because people are going to start freaking out. Once, at this point, Pam Bondi and Kash Patel are not in office. You can bet shortly thereafter, the silver handcuffs, the new jewelry, is going to start flowing. Things are rapidly approaching another breaking point. With all the things happening in the sky, with the morons who are protesting because of the deportations. It's like every time you click something, it's like, it just keeps coming. And so there's no stability that we like to see right now, and I believe it's being orchestrated that way. We people, the powers that be who are fighting against Trump, because I firmly believe, and I think once you start digging, you're going to believe that we're in a war. It's happening. It's on. Just because you can't see who the parties are, it's on. This isn't like, how things are going to be just simple. Something is going on a grand scale. You see these people up in LA, they're blocking all the roads, trying to make sure that, people don't get deported. And of course, they're getting funded. Who's funding them? Well, you are. You are. Let me take some comments, and then I'll start showing you some more stuff here. The poor can't buy silver. Well, if you're on this broadcast, it means you either have a computer or a phone, so yeah, you can afford silver. I mean, here's the silver thing. This is 1 ounce of silver right there, and that 1 ounce of silver is about $25-30. Anyway. The theft is all aggravating, but can Trump stop it? Well, one of the things, hold on. One of the things that you can see is happening right now is he's stopping the money. If the flow of money isn't going out, then they can't keep doing the things that they want to do. And since now they know people are watching it, which means they're also probably going backwards to find out where it went. Who? How did it get dispersed? These companies and these organizations and these NGOs and everything that they're doing, they can't keep doing it without more money. And so they're probably on their end blowing tens of thousands of dollars. It costs money to protest. These people aren't out in the road because they want to be. They're out there because they're getting paid. You got to bust them in. You got to make the signs. You got to do all that. And then, of course, you got the people who are pilfering from the other side. What? Barry, can you please cover Elon Space's do a poll at midnight? In June, the Canadian dollar was worth about 63 cents. Now about 68 cents. Wait till tomorrow at this time. You see things happening on the weekends. You wait until tomorrow at this time. When the market's open tomorrow morning, watch what happens. The flow of money starting to come. USAID also has Elf's daughter handing out money. She used to work with Bill Gates. Oh, yeah. About time. It's hitting the fan really quick here. Absolutely. Today, okay, thank you, Anna. Today, $31.61 for silver. So just about everybody can buy silver. So, understand it. Let's do it, Barry. Get up at midnight and watch this thing. The theft is to circumvent the dollar, not on purpose. Oh, no, it's been going in people's pockets. So I'll show you that. Nessun Dorma. Yep. Nessun Dorma. No sleep. All right, so let's go, because I don't want to keep you guys all here on a Sunday night late. But let's continue with this and let me try to give you as much information as possible real quick. Let's see where we got here. All right, so look at this one. Why is USAID getting such a large proportion, $39 billion, of the aid to Ukraine? An allocation of $183 billion of Ukraine aid through September 2024. The Defense Department got $125 billion. The State Department got $11 billion. USAID got $39.8 billion. Other agencies got $7 billion. Of the $39 billion, $34 billion is going to a general economic support fund. How much fraud do you suppose resides in that massive account? And so here, and again, you can click on this, go to this Jeff's page and pull this up. You can see all these different people who were getting all this money. So there's something now you got to let sink in. So they allocate that we're going to send $183 billion to Zelensky. This is probably what he started to let people know. Because all the news says, oh, today we're going to give $183 billion to that country. Bad enough, right? That's bad enough. $183 billion to that country. All right. But out of that $183 billion, I don't see the term Ukraine here. I'm seeing 125 went back to the Defense Department to do whatever they needed to do, and 11 to the State Department. And then USAID got nearly $40 billion. Why would USAID get $40 billion of the money that was allocated for Ukraine? Ashley said me something. I don't know. I'll wait. You can tell me, because it's crazy. So Mike Benz, who you guys need to follow. Mike Benz has been going through this stuff, and listen to what he says right here.
State Department, USAID, and the National Endowment for Democracy. Now USAID is, a very notorious. It's sort of a switch player. There's no aid in USAID, by the way. That's your brain is being tricked when you see the phrase USAID. It's not an aid organization. The aid in USAID stands for U.S. Agency for International Development. It is developing internationally around the world all of the institutions that the State Department needs to use. So when they are capacity building activist groups in a foreign country, that's because the State Department wants those activists there. Now, USAID, for the first time in its history, it was created in the early 1960s by JFK, 1961. It was created because you had all of this intelligence, statecraft, and military support and logistical aid that was tripping over itself, basically. The military would be funding, would be running aid to certain groups in the region. The State Department would be running aid to certain groups in the region. The intelligence community would, and there was no sort of central coordinator of those capacity building operations. So USAID, by the way, is a $50 billion budget. The entirety of the intelligence community is only $72 billion. So it is more than the CIA and more than the State Department.
Wow.
And aid is basically, USAID is effectively a switch player to assist the Pentagon with on the national security front, to assist the State Department on the national interest front, or to assist the intelligence community on a sort of clandestine operations front.
So as you think about this agency, the USAID, which has nothing to do with aid, like Mike said, it's a play on your brain, so you think that they're helping other people, when essentially they're a slush fund for the deep state. Money they can use any way they want, anywhere they want, to affect any outcome that they want. Like growing poppies for heroin for the Taliban. Nobody checks. Nobody asks any questions. The money just goes, and it has a budget in excess of most of the agencies in the government. $50 billion. I mean, you say, for what? Whatever they want. Whatever they want. Case in point, USAID funneled $53 million to the Eco Health Alliance, which then used U.S. taxpayer funds to support the stuff going on over there in that country when we had the jabademic. Sucks. Which likely led to the creation of that. The CIA's deception regarding it becomes much clearer when you consider USAID's long history of serving as a CIA front organization, with an annual budget exceeding $50 billion and activities in over, let's pause right there, with activities in over 100 countries. USAID has repeatedly been linked to intelligence activities. Former USAID Director John Gilligan once admitted the agency was infiltrated from top to bottom with CIA people, explaining that the idea was to plant operatives in every kind of activity we had overseas, government, volunteer, religious, every kind. Let me just keep going. In 2013, a U.S. cable published by WikiLeaks outlined the U.S. strategy to undermine Venezuela's government through USAID by penetrating Chavez's political base, dividing Chavismo, and isolating Chavez internationally. Remember, Venezuela was a very prosperous country until it got toppled. In 2014, the Associated Press revealed that USAID funded the creation of a Twitter-like platform intended to incite a rebellion in Cuba. USA funding has been linked to coups in Haiti, Ukraine, Egypt, and other nations. From 2009 to 2019, USAID partnered with Eco Health Alliance on the PREDICT program, which identified 1,200 new things and trained 5,000 people in disease detection and enhanced a bunch of labs. This partnership provided the CIA with a direct channel for embedding human assets with biological research facilities worldwide in exchange for funding and technological transfers. In 2022, Dr. Andrew Huff, a former vice president, publicly revealed that Peter Daszak's alleged ties to CIA. The core issue: the CIA lied to the American public about the origins because acknowledging the truth would expose its likely role in funneling taxpayer money through USAID to finance what was going on. Right now, you should be screaming. The entire thing that our country went through and other countries went through, it was financed by us. A lot of people thought that. But now that Elon's digging into the money, they're like, what in the hell? And nobody said a word. Which is why the doctor needed a pardon. Because all this now, the trail behind him, and this EcoHealth Alliance that took in multi-billions of dollars, helped cause a lot of the problem. I think we're into something right now, and it'll be surprising if they let this video continue. Who knows? Within like 20 minutes of me getting off, it'll probably just disappear. I don't know. I'm just somebody who's reporting what I've been finding. There are a lot of people out there who are digging. Mike Benz is one of them, absolutely digging and going through and finding the labyrinth of all these incestuous agencies and people who worked for Obama and Kerry and Clinton and putting it all together. And Elon going back and tracing the dollars. There's no getting away from this. Nobody can look away and go, oh, that's wrong. That's not true. The Democrats can't say, oh, no, you guys are all making it up. No, we got the documents. We have the numbers. We have the wire transfers. We have everything. I think somebody said that a few years ago. We have everything. And now you're starting to get a lot of that everything. You're being shown right now so much information. It's kind of scary. I mean, it's a lot scary when you actually think about what is being said, who's saying it, and the biggest thing that's, I won't say scary to me, but really pisses me off is that no one in the media, including Fox, is talking about it. That should make you wonder. Why is no one in the media talking about this? It's DEI 24/7. Look over here, don't look over here. All of this I've shown you is readily available. I would think that there'd be one reporter on one of these shows who does nothing but talk about Doge. Hey, today Doge found this. Oh, half an hour ago Doge found that. Oh, breaking news. We just found 200 million. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Which means you're going to have to do this on your own. You're going to have to dig. You're going to have the appetite to dig. You're going to have to be you're going to have to be the media. You're going to have to get this out there and share it. I mean, General Michael Flynn was a general, and he's out there researching and going through because Elon just keeps putting it out there. Here, boom, here, check this out. Hey, check this out. Oh, wait till you see this one. But even with the size of his following, it's still reaching just 15, 20 million people at max. We need you to get in the game. We need you to spread the word. There might be someone in your neighborhood who follows you who's like, wow, what? We're giving away all this money? Yes. They're stealing it from you. You're going to work tomorrow morning's Monday. A bunch of you will be showered and ready to hit the road at about 7 o'clock in the morning, dutifully heading to the office to sit at the desk for the next 8 to 10 hours, then get back in a car and drive home and come home and take a shower and eat dinner to get ready to do it all over again the next day, multiplied times 5 days in that week, while they're doing everything to take that money from you as fast as you make it. That should really, really, really tick you off. I mean, really tick you off. Screaming and throwing up. Yeah. Shocking, not me. I knew. I'm afraid of them. Yeah. I've noticed that Obama, Hillary, Pelosi, and yeah, I've noticed this too, and Biden have been very quiet since Trump's inauguration. Very quiet. I mean, just very quiet. All over the world, they're doing this to people, specific target in Western nations where we have free society. So now you must realize how much money is flowing where all these countries in Europe, and they wanted to bring in all these newcomers and do everything because it's almost as if they could hide the grift. Hey, we're gonna help all these people, but we need your money. These people coming from this country, we need your money. Well, can you at least make them follow our laws? No. You're gonna have to get used to it, you white supremacist. Okay, I'm bad. You're a Nazi. And meanwhile, you're worried about virtue signaling, and they're taking the dimes out of your paycheck. Dollars, not just dimes. Yeah, this all makes you very sick. I've been praying to God to let all the corruption be exposed. So now, here's the next thing. Now that it's being exposed, what do we do about it? You see, they're slow walking the nominees because they know too. Once Kash Patel and Pam Bondi and Tulsi are in there, you think Elon's finding a bunch of stuff? Imagine this. Imagine Elon says, "Hey, listen, I have found a wire transfer for $100 million, and it went to Belgium, and it went to the account of Free Belgium something, and we have no idea who that is. We're going to need someone, because I'm not in government, we're going to need somebody, like John Ratcliffe, who's in the CIA, or Tulsi Gabbard in the DNI, to begin digging to find out who the hell these people are. Because now it's going to start taking and needing action, which makes sense to me why they are so freaked out. Let me continue here, because there's so much, so much crap. Ashley has Ann Vandersteel booked on the show this week. Love her as well. Clandestine founded. DOD Inspector General Robert Storch, a Trump appointee in 2018, has already been investigating USAID and DOD funding of weapons development overseas since at least May of 2024. See, this has been going on behind the scenes as well. And Senator Marshall from Kansas is all over this subject and is tracking the involvement of EcoHealth Alliance, which I just showed you. And I can't say that word, but you can see what they're funding. This means that the investigation into the deep state network is already well underway. This means Trump already knows everything, and we are much closer to justice than I thought. It's happening. Does this mean to China or China? I'm not going to go there. So Trump knows. Trump knows, and this is obviously dangerous territory. This is a territory that people will most likely would have no problem unaliving somebody because of it. He knows that. They all know it. The volume of money is too big for it not to be something these people... Somebody asked me, these people are always the first ones to tell you, millionaires and billionaires, right? But you've never looked at the taxes or seen what Hillary and her foundations are doing? Because there's millionaires and billionaires. How about the Obama Foundation? Millionaires and billionaires. And you're telling me not one person in the media, none! No one in the media has ever looked to see what's going on with the Clinton Foundation and the Obama Foundation. We know you basically prostated everything Trump had in his foundation. You dug into every nook and corner, but you don't even want to look into the Obama Foundation? You don't even want to know what's going on with Hillary and some of these people? None of them? Nancy Pelosi? Hundreds of millions? No one? You are not a journalist. You are not a journalist if you're looking the other way on all of this stuff, because it is way, way, way too big. But perhaps you're not looking the other way. Perhaps you're part of the deep state. And so now this is beginning to be revealed, and everything that many of us thought all along, we're starting to get confirmation on this. That the media is not an extension or an arm, it is it. They were put there to do the bidding, and they're paid accordingly. You know, by tomorrow morning, if this show is still up, it will do more than any of Joy Reid's shows this past week. But she gets paid $3 million a year, and Rachel Maddow gets paid $25 million. And I'm like, who's paying this stuff? Oh, well, let's find out. USAID, here they come again, funded journalism group whose reporting helped trigger the Trump impeachment. In 2019, USAID allocated $20 million to the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. What the hell is the Organized Crime, Corruption, and Reporting Project? Well, under its STARE programs, this other layer of shit that they put together, supposedly to support investigative journalism in Europe and Eurasia. OCCRP reporting on Rudy Giuliani was later cited in the whistleblower complaint that led to Trump's first impeachment, raising questions about whether U.S. taxpayer dollars were used to fund journalism that impacted domestic politics. You can see it here, and you can click on it and go here. And Elon picked it up and said, "Great question. Great question. Why did they give USA? Why did they give them $20 million? Oh, it gets worse. It definitely gets even worse. Let me see if I can find that. You guys know who Bill Kristol is? Bill Kristol hates Donald Trump. He's one of those guys who's been a never-Trumper for quite some time. He's also getting paid by USAID. Why is USAID giving millions of dollars to Bill Kristol? Look what Bill Kristol, and that's actually today. The deep state is far preferable to the Trump state. Hello, Mr. Kristol. For you, the deep state is preferable because you are listed as the president of Defending Democracy, which is an indirect beneficiary of USAID through the Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors. You are now exposed. I feel like I'm digging into this stuff, and you need to go take a shower. It's all, I mean, Bill Kristol didn't realize that, hey, listen, they found you, and he's so cocky. He's so cocky. Hey, man, we found you. We found your tax ID number of your fake foundation. And he goes, the deep state is far preferable to the Trump state. Didn't even deny it. I don't care. I'm untouchable. He thinks. I'm like, this guy took millions and millions and millions, and you have no credibility. I don't see how you could ever go on another television show ever again. And they keep bringing these people on television who are so dirty, so scum-filled, so incestuous, and they're just talking to other people who are involved in the royal scam. And what'd you get? I got like $5 million last month. Oh yeah, how'd you do? Yeah, I got like $10 million. It's incredible, but it gets worse. Like, Barry, how does it get worse? Mike Benz found out that Trump prosecutors were funded by USAID. What doesn't this agency have its hands in? This push to prosecute Trump by Alvin Bragg. Soros was a minor co-founder. He gave them $10,000. That's it. But the $14 million he gave to the parent company, the fiscal sponsor of FJP, another organization called the Fair and Just Prosecution, a nonprofit that supports and influences progressive prosecutors in the United States. Well, that ain't poop compared to the $27 million that USAID gave them. Every time you hear the word Soros prosecutor, no, they're not. there are prosecutors. You see, now they're finding out that the Tides Foundation and some of the stuff that we thought Soros was doing is actually your tax dollars getting looped around into the Tides organization to some more of these NGOs that they used to prosecute Trump. I told you, you're going to feel like you need to take a shower. It's all scummy today. Make sure you're following Mike Benz. He did a 19-minute video, as you can see here, and it's incredible. And he went through. This is a document on the Tides Foundation website, and it said major sources of federal funding include the U.S. Agency for International Development and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to the Tide Center, which funded, in part, Trump's prosecution. How did our country get so far off base? No wonder everything this man does, he has to fight and fight and fight. And everything he turns a corner, there's another snake on both sides. You see, as you're sitting here watching this tonight, and as you're going to be looking at things yourself and digging, you are going to find out that this isn't a Democrat thing. This is a entirety of government having their hands in stuff. Republicans and Democrats. The state can't be too deep if it doesn't involve people on both sides. I've compared Republicans to the Washington Generals because the Washington Generals is that team that always plays the Harlem Globetrotters, and their job is to get paid to lose. You get to show up and have us and do all kinds of crazy stuff, and you look stupid, but you get paid, and you get paid well. You get to travel around the country, you get to do all kinds of things, and you just got to lose every night. That's your job. Don't make us look bad. Just lose. Just get used to losing. When you sign up for that job, there's no DEI there. We want stupid white guys. We want to make fun of you every single night on a court. But you're going to get paid, so, enjoy it and shut up. Many of the Republicans, up until recently, are the Washington Generals. These are people who got paid to lose. Shut up. Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of you. Just stay out of our way. And, if anyone gets out of line, get rid of them. Our government, up until January 20th, is scum-filled, was scum-filled. And now Trump is having to do so much to get these idiots out of government. Extricate themselves from it, to the point where you see this kind of stuff, and Mike Benz, he's a pit bull in terms of digging and digging and digging. I mean, he went through and found all this stuff, and Elon's like, why did look at here? Why did USAID give $27 million to the United States fiscal sponsor of the group controlling Soros-funded prosecutors, telling them which American citizens and politicians to prosecute? See, it just wasn't Trump. $27 million of your money, dollars of your money, went to prosecute Trump. In addition to whatever they spent, coming out of the Department of Justice budgets. And Elon's like, good question. Why, and why? And until now, no one's even asked the question. This question that Mike Benz just went ahead and posed should be on Fox, CNN, CBS, ABC. All of them should ask that one question. Why did USAID give $27 million to the U.S. fiscal sponsor of the group controlling Soros-funded prosecutors, telling them which Americans and American citizens and politicians to prosecute? I wait for your answer. I wait. Tell me. My problem is I don't even know who you ask. Who's got the answer to that question? Wally the Nigerian? Wally the Nigerian, he quit. The guy who was hitting the button on payments, he quit. The other guys in the office decided they wanted to fight with Elon's staff because they can't believe it's being exposed, so they wanted to do a fist fight. So I don't even know who you ask at this point. Why did they get this money? Okay, I don't know. I don't even come to the office. I don't know. Who's appropriating it? How are they getting a $50 billion budget and people just nod accordingly? Yeah, okay, they got $50 billion. Yeah. Armand Bertrand says, it's becoming clearer and clearer that we're looking at a seismic shift in the U.S.'s relationship with the world. Between the U.S. dismantling its foreign interference apparatus like USAID, with Marco Rubio stating now we're in a multipolar world with multi-great powers in different parts of the planet, and that the post-war global order is not just obsolete, is now a weapon being used against us. The tariffs on supposed allies like Mexico, Canada, or the EU. This is the United States effectively saying our attempt at running the world is over. To each his own. We're now just another great power, not the indispensable nation. We're done with y'all. You decided to bring all these newcomers into your countries, and you wanted to do all these different things, and you wanted to, have these labs, and you wanted us to fund it all. No more. We're going to make America first. Good luck out there. Which is why they're all freaking. They can't possibly afford to do any of the stuff that they're doing without your money. Which before January 20th, it was happily given away. Because they can't do it. So you got people around the globe right now going, how do we can't do this. We don't have the money. You got Zelensky. Hey, man, they told me 75, and I didn't get 150. What are you talking about? So the global alliance right now is pissed off at us, which makes things very, very dangerous. We're not giving you any more of our money. Let that sink in. All these countries, and you just saw what Trump said today. Hey, South Africa, yeah, you are now on the no money list. So one by one, nope, you don't get any. Oh, you definitely don't get any. Oh, you don't get any. Oh, here, we're going to tariff you and destroy your economy. I wouldn't be surprised if some people somewhere decided, hey, listen, we're just going to have to go kick in the doors and take it. So Pete Hegseth, be ready. Be absolutely ready. Where are we? It looks dumb, as the Wall Street Journal just wrote, if you're still mentally in the old paradigm, but it's always a mistake to think that what the U.S. does is dumb. It was bound to happen sooner or later. Now the U.S. is basically choosing to end it on its own terms. It is the post-American world order brought to you by America itself. Even the tariffs on allies viewed under this angle make sense, as it redefines the concept of allies. See, that's another big thing people don't understand. Oh, Mexico and Canada are our best allies. They're closest friends. My friends don't steal from me. My friends don't push drugs into my home. My friends don't let newcomers run amok. Those aren't friends. I don't want friends like that. If that's what a friend is, I don't need you. See, but the media, what they'll say is, that's what, our best this and our best that. And I'm like, Trump told you the other day, I don't need anything from you. And I don't think enough people listen to that. He actually said that about Canada. We don't need anything from you. So if I don't need anything from you, the only reason for me to pick up your phone call, which he didn't do that either. Trump said, Justin Trudeau said he hasn't heard from Trump since he's been inaugurated. So Trump ain't even calling him because why? You ain't a friend. I want nothing to do with you. You have been stealing our money. You have been killing our people. You have been letting these people run through our country. My friends don't do that. And so when I read this, I was like, you're absolutely right. They're not allies. That's almost enemies. Almost an enemy. I mean, you could actually make a case that if you're doing all that and letting... I even saw some idiot on the left today who said only 43 pounds of fentanyl was caught. They keep going only. Not understanding 43 pounds of fentanyl where 2 milligrams can kill a whole bunch of people. You're an idiot. You are a moron. My friends, don't do that. If you invited me to dinner at your house, and they said, Barry, I'd love to have you over if you're in town. All right. And I come over, and I bring in some homeless people. Hey, have a seat. And then I go in the bathroom and start doing some stuff. Hey, man, did you bring that in my house? Yeah, I thought we were good. I thought it was all good, right? Yeah. Aren't you down with me? No, I'm not down with you. In fact, get out. They don't want, or maybe rather can't afford vassals anymore, but rather relationships that evolve based on current interests. You can either view it as a decline because it does unquestionably look like the end of the American empire, looks that way, or as avoiding further decline, controlled withdrawal from imperial commitments in order to focus resources on core national interests rather than being forced into an even messier retreat at a later stage. I gotta fall back. I gotta make sure my house is in order before I can continue playing with you people out there. Is essentially what that part just said. I agree with 100%. In any case, it is the end of an era, and while the Trump administration looks like chaos to many observers, they're probably much more tuned to the changing realities of the world and this country's own predicament rather than their predecessors. Acknowledging the existence of a multipolar world and choosing to operate within it rather than trying to maintain an increasingly costly global hegemony couldn't be delayed much further. It looks messy, but it's probably better than maintaining the fiction of American primacy until it eventually collapses under its own weight. We can't protect you anymore. We can't fund you anymore. You're on your own. And Trump said it today in one of his posts on True Social. If you can't support yourself, then you are not sovereign. If you can't take care of your people with your resources, you are not a sovereign country. If you're having babies and you can't take care of them because you need welfare and other people to pay for your mistakes or your irresponsibilities, you're not being a good parent. If you're running a country and you're spending money like it's going out of style, and then you're not being a good steward, all of which cannot continue infinitum. It has to be fixed. You cannot continue to act like a drunken sailor on spring break. There's a limited amount of money, just like in your house, and there's a limited, I got to take care of these expenses, and Johnny needs a new pair of shoes, and the wife needs a new coat, and the car needs a new transmission. I just can't give it away. I just can't do it anymore. And that's what Trump is doing. It's like, I got shit to take care of here. You understand how bad things are in this country? We got people in Western North Carolina and Appalachia who are sleeping in tents in January and February. We got people in California who are looking at dirt. We still have people in Maui looking at dirt. We're closing the doors and we're taking care of our own first. And that takes a strong man, even a strong governmental man, to say we can't do it. We just can't possibly do it anymore. We are weakened. But we're not weakened to the point where we need to take your crap. Don't try me in that regard. I still got the peace here. We still got this, got that. We can take care of ourselves. So don't think we're weak in that regard. We're just weak in being able to be the world's policeman and the world's bank. We just don't have that capacity anymore. That's what Trump is doing. So when he's telling people, don't try me, F-A-F-O, don't do it. But at the same time, That's because we're taking care of our own. If whatever budget we have, if we got to improve stuff here first, let's go ahead and get more planes and tanks and bullets and everything else. I'm not giving it to you. I love this post. This is not to say that the U.S. won't continue to wreak havoc on the world. In fact, we might be seeing it become even more aggressive than before, which we will probably have to be, because somebody is going to take a swing at us. In fact, because when it previously was bad and very hypocritically trying to maintain some a semblance of self-proclaimed rules-based order, it now doesn't even have to pretend it is under any constraint, not even the constraint of playing nice with allies. It's the end of the U.S. empire, but definitely not the end of the U.S. as a major disruptive force in world affairs. Very smart person who wrote this. All in all, this transformation may mark one of the most significant shifts in international relations since the fall of the Soviet Union. And those most unprepared for it, as is already painfully obvious, are America's vassals caught completely flat-footed by the realization that the patron they've relied on for decades is now treating them as just another set of countries to negotiate with. Home run. Home run. We now are closing our ranks. We're going to make sure Americans are taken care of first. And, good luck. Good luck. Can't help you. If you're a sovereign country, you should not have been depending on the United States to pay your bills. I remember in college, I had that talk, or actually it was given to me by my mom. Hey, Mom, can you send me like $100? With me and the boys are going out for a party this weekend. Hey, Mom, can you send me $50? I'm hungry. Hey, Mom. How old are you? Huh? 20. Go get a job. I can't continue to pay for anything you want. Obviously, I'm here for your school and everything like that, your needs. But at this point, go get a frickin' job. Oh. Okay, I'll go get a job. I'll be a bouncer. Okay, well, do whatever you do. I don't care. That's what he's telling the rest of the world right now. Go take care of your own. Do what you got to do. Go beg from somebody else. But the problem is the rest of the world, they don't like it. They don't like it. If things are getting tough, we just say if things are getting tough, live on lentils and rice. I did that for years. Ramen, baby. Ramen. You are right, sir. Yeah, liberty and justice for all. Absolutely. The little birdie countries need to learn to fly on their own. If you're a country, if you planted a flag somewhere and said, I am this country, then you did that knowing that you would have to take care of your stuff. I don't think you planted a flag and go, well, I can count on America. Well, that was that. Let's see here. According to Deep News, 43 pounds of fentanyl. Wow, look at this. 43 pounds of fentanyl could kill 10 million people. And we had people on the left saying it was only 43 pounds. That's all? You look stupid. Making excuses. As Janine says, I still get those calls. Mom, can you send me $40? And now, see, back then we didn't have Zelle. I mean, I can't imagine like now. Can you send me like $50? Yeah, we want to go out this weekend. Finally, you got to have that talk with him. Like, hey man, not now. Pam Bondi's going to need a bigger staff. Absolutely. Ramen works great for the waistline. I am so pissed at Trudeau and his Liberal Party. And not just him. And a woman from Mexico. All the other ones. Everything that's going on with her economy crashing, she's pissed off at Google because Google decided they were going to call it the Gulf of America. Lady, that should be like number 19 on your list of things you need to worry about. You got to worry about your people, your cartels launching, strikes on American soldiers. Then you won't have to worry about the Gulf of America, because if these people start firing on Americans, part of your country is going to turn into a beach. Well, you already got a beach on one side, but then the other side as well. Just telling you. that we are not going to take you people launching bombs and stuff at us. All right, so let me continue so that you guys are not here more than you have to be. All right, so it continues to get worse. Elon Musk. Well, now it seems as though USAID has been paying media organizations to publish their propaganda. Mike Benz dug it up and said, why was USAID actively instructing media organizations around the world to agree policies on strategic silence to all collectively censor social media narratives? So now we're finding out through Mike Benz his efforts here that USAID was paying news outlets to push censorship on social media. Color me surprised. Color me surprised. I don't see that being surprised at all. I think that that was something that they gladly would put together. Let me see if I can read this in red here. What could media organizations do? Agree that policies in regards to silence, the threat of information, slander, what can educate, it just goes, it's basically a cheat sheet. What you need to do to shut these people up. We can't have people like Barry or PBD or, God forbid, Alex Jones or any of these people talking, because people might hear it and they might see it. So now we had to use USAID again to jump in and spend money to take people down. Get them deplatformed, as the word goes, and different things of that nature. Oh, Mike is on it, boy. He just posted this 46 minutes ago. Another question. Why is USAID funding this organization with 7 CIA directors on its board to train hundreds of people in censorship training seminars how best to flag Donald Trump's tweets for misinformation? And so he had done a video back in 2024 where he found out that these people were using using USAID money to censor Donald Trump with your money. So you were censoring Donald Trump because they're working on your behalf. It's all there. But it gets worse. USAID gave nearly $15 million to George Soros' Open Society Foundation over Obama's last 4 years in office alone, which conducts extensive work in the West Bank. However, the funding was primarily for Soros operations in Albania and Macedonia. To recap, you, me, American taxpayers, were paying Soros. See, everybody thought this guy Soros was the guy, Dr. Evil number 2, that he was spending money here and there and doing all these things. It was you. They were using Soros as a figurehead. He wasn't having to use much of his money because when he had to dole out to get the prosecutors and censorship in the West Bank, it was your money. It was your money being funneled from the federal government into USAID, out to whoever they needed to, and some third party so they didn't look like they were involved. And nobody ever looked at this agency. The last 4 years, when they find out the total, which maybe that's what he's going to talk about tonight, all this money, it just kept going and going and going. So, I love this exchange here. All right. So, people are starting to cry. AOC, this is a 5-11. Okay, let me move back. Okay. Kyle Griffin says, breaking, USAID security chiefs on leave after trying to prevent Musk Doge from accessing classified material. So they started fighting, like I told you, and now they're put on administrative leave because I guess you just can't fire somebody for taking a punch at somebody. And she responds and says, this is a 5-alarm fire. People elected Donald Trump to be president, not Elon Musk. Having an unelected billionaire with his own foreign debts and motives rating U.S. classified information is a grave threat to national security. This should not be a partisan issue. That's what she just said there is akin to her boyfriend finding naked pictures of her, but saying, hey, listen, you shouldn't have been looking at my phone. Because that's exactly what she just said. You had no business looking. I didn't give you the authority to look on my phone. So everything you found on my phone, that's not important. What's important is you didn't have the authority to look on a phone. I didn't tell you. We didn't elect Elon Musk, and he's looking at all this stuff, and all this stuff's coming out. But he should have been there to look at it. And not anywhere in here does she address what he found. She's mad at Elon for showing you, which is the classic meme. Why'd you find the dirty pictures on my phone? I didn't tell you could look at my phone. But what about the pictures? Who's this dude? You weren't supposed to see that, and I'm mad at you for violating my privacy," said the cheating girlfriend or whatever congressman. She didn't even mention it. Nowhere in there. What about what he found? Do you want to talk about that at all? I think George kind of nailed it. This is basically confirmation that the bureaucracy works for the Democrat Party and not the people. Hence why you guys are so upset by what Doge is doing. You're upset because he's finding it. That's all the Democrats have right now is false rage. Oh my God, this guy, nobody voted for him. You want to discuss what he... Even Elizabeth Warren, I mean, she said, let me see if I can find what she said. She said the same thing when he found the money from, what do you call it? CFPB, whatever she wants to keep going. Here, let me show this to you. No one elected Elon Musk, as Donald Trump allows Musk to access people's personal information. People's? Government agencies are people's? And shut down government funding. Republican Washington will also own the consequences. We must do everything in our power to push back and protect people from harm, except to push back on the people who are causing the harm. You see, Elon Musk, you're the bad guy because you're showing everybody, but you don't mention anywhere in there what he's been showing people. We just, he wasn't elected to, show this stuff. Nobody wants to talk about it, which tells you we got a real problem. I mean, a real big problem. And so anyway, after AOC posted that, Shamath, and I think I'm saying his name right, he's working with Elon and Doge, he says, "You're wrong. The fire alarm," this is chilling. "You're wrong. The 5-alarm fire will happen after the White House reveals some of the waste, fraud, and corruption this team uncovers. This will be Iran-Contra on steroids." I'd buckle up. And I believe that was echoed by Elon Musk. Exactly. So in that little exchange, you now know what's coming. Because he said after the White House reveals what we have found. So Trump is going to blast it and wait until all the data comes in where they know exactly who's been doing what and where the money's. You're about to hear something that is going to cause gnashing of teeth, wailing, screaming, and watch the media. Watch the media. They'll blame Elon and they'll blame, Doge for digging in. They should have been in there. And they won't mention what they found. So Donald Trump is going to come out very soon and tell people about the waste, fraud, and corruption that's been uncovered. And these people won't have anywhere to hide. None. Nowhere to hide. And it's got to be freaking them out right now because they're seeing it in drip, drip, drip. And then again, this guy's going live at midnight, and who knows what he's about to put out there. Who knows? But it's going to break things up. Let me just make sure I've covered everything. Do I have anything else that I want to go over here? Because there's just so much. I mean, I could literally, I say it every night. I'm like, man, I could just keep going and going and going. But let me sum it up before I take some comments. I don't know who this person is, but they kind of made me feel this way as well. I figured once the digging began that we would find that things aren't as bad as we thought. But instead, we're finding out it's much worse. The American taxpayers are funding everything from terrorism through the Treasury to money laundering through church organizations. They probably use our tax dollars for that stuff too. And that stuff as well. Thank you, General. And like one person goes, probably. It's the only way they are supported. It's the only money they know, and they've been getting it for how many years? Like I said, if America's had all the money that's been thrown away, given to NGOs, we'd all be millionaires. I could, as I've been saying, go on for quite some time, but this was supposed to be an introduction for you to begin digging, for you to begin spreading the news, Frank Sinatra style, getting the word out there, looking at everything that's being found, and letting people who haven't been in the game know that their money, every single person who pays taxes has been funding some of this stuff, even to the point where they want to shut you up. You know, when I saw this by Mike, and it really got me, because having been a victim of censorship and still a victim of censorship, why is USAID running a global internet censorship program which pulls together hundreds of censorship NGOs, hundreds of them, into a common network, with the USAID's program express stated goal being to pressure foreign governments to pass laws and regulations to censor speech on social media? Let me condense that for you. Let me give you the Reader's Digest version. We don't want you talking. Our biggest concern, our biggest obstacle is people knowing what we're doing. And now we worked for so many years under the cloak of darkness. You know, we were the deep state. But now we're not so deep, and people are talking about it, and they're sharing information, and they're showing people, what about this? How did the Lutheran blah, blah, blah get $300 million of my money and your money? You see, when people start talking about that this week around the water cooler, hey, did you know that they gave out $300 million to this group? And they gave $500 million to that group? And $90 million to this group? And people are like, the numbers are so big, they're incomprehensible. People are like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Well, here's what we're talking about. We're going to tell you, you're going to break it down. Your paycheck is smaller because the government is stealing from you. You understand now? Makes sense? You got it? All the other stuff you're hearing about, tariffs, no, they don't want you to look at this. Hey, talk about the tariffs, talk about the DEI. Literally, watch the CNN panel the other day when Frank Luntz was on. He's like, maybe you might want to just move away from this subject because it didn't work. And they freaked out on cue, like monkeys around the table. They don't want to move off of it because they can't move off of it, because there's nothing else for them to talk about, and they can't combat your speech about it. And so you're at this panel. Hey, listen, I don't want to talk about DI. Can we talk about the money that USAID's been stealing? This what? And this entire 2 hours, that was one agency. Just make sure you understand all the numbers that you were swamped with tonight. Everything you heard was one flippin' agency in this vast government. Yeah, that's when you start going, oh, hell no. What? Yeah. Just all we talked about tonight was one agency. Don't just looking at them all, but today, yesterday they found the mother lode being USAID. And it's been known since the beginning what it's all about. Since the beginning. Let me just replay the first 30 seconds of my video from this morning. Listen right here to what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says.
2014, there are riots it's called the Maidan Rebellion in Ukraine, which we're not told that we are financing those riots. The newspapers never told us, our government never told us. USAID, which is a CIA front, put $5 billion into funding those riots.
Акція, тому що там різна допомога.
It's been going on for quite some time. It's probably why they don't want him in there. And it's probably had something to do with his uncle being unalived. You see, JFK was the person who started it, USAID. So just think about that. Since 1961 or 62, this agency has grown to the point where someone realized along the way, you know what? We can use this, and no one's ever going to know anything what we're doing. We're going to ship money across the world however we want, however we get kickbacks to any other country. We're going to no one's ever going to know, and no one's ever going to ask any questions. So the only time we would ever be stopped is if, I don't know, 60 years in the future, this guy named Donald Trump brings in this dude called Elon Musk, and they start looking at it. This is where we begin to start looking at the term treason. Because I don't believe, don't quote me, this is something you may have to look up, but I don't think treason has a statute of limitations. I think there's like two things that really don't have statutes of limitations: murder and treason. And so wherever this money has gone, wherever they've stolen it, whatever they have funded, whatever color revolutions who knows? Who knows where this money has gone? And now the only reason we're finding out, the only reason why we're having this video tonight is because Elon Musk went, what is this? Oh my God. He stumbled into something so bad that one guy just ran out the office and quit. The other guy, who is Wally the Nigerian, he took off. They were starting to fight today to try not let people. That's how bad it is. That's how that, and now they realize their goose is cooked. They can't get back into the system. The 51 intelligence people can't even come in the building. So how desperate are people about to get? So I don't know what's going to go on at midnight tonight. It's already 10 o'clock, so maybe I will stay up. I don't know. But if you're going to stay up, make sure you got a bunch of popcorn. Because I don't know what he's doing at 10 or why he's doing it so late. But, man, I can't even imagine. I never liked LBJ. You're giving away your age, bro. Lori confirmed treason does not have a statute of limitations. I'm literally broken. Mm-hmm. And just remember, as you're digesting this, this is one agency. There are like 500 agencies in the government. This is one. And yesterday we talked about there was like 1.5 million NGOs, 55,000 active NGOs. We're getting... The numbers are staggering. If you're not good in math, you're like, it's just washing over at me, this money. Bottom line is they've been stealing from us for decades, if not longer. And they've been taking your money to do whatever they want. And all the Democrats want to do is take more. But I don't think we're going to have to worry about them. I really don't think we are going to have to worry about the Democrats being formidable anytime soon. Why? Because while all this is going on, while Elon's about to reveal more and more corruption, and he says we're at the tip of it, this is the Democrats.
Hello, Democrats. Hey, I am speaking, and I would love your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking.
Good evening, Democrats. Look up here. 3 strong black women standing before you. 3 black women who rather than just grabbing a chair, ran for chair.
Te quiero mucho, papá. Gracias por todo. My name is Artie Blanco, Freddie Blanco's daughter. Vote for me for vice chair.
Look at this room, y'all. Truly take it in. This is the Democratic Party. We are strongest when we stand together.
We are in a time in this country when our democracy and our rights are under attack. We're at a time where black and brown people, women, and other minorities are being blamed for everything that's wrong with this country.
So let's fight together for a stronger and more inclusive Democratic Party. Good afternoon, DNC! Let me say something. Over the last several days, we've seen what happens when we have the wrong people in powerful places. And so today, I ask for your support in electing me as your DNC vice chair.
Whoever did the video, and they're putting the subtitles in, I asked you.
Here, because in a time of crisis, leadership matters. My people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are sick and tired of being the last one hired and the first one fired. We are sick and tired of the...
Now, I've spent the last 15 years fighting for the American people, all 340 million of them.
Work to do to organize, show up, and win. And that is why I'm asking the people who have stood with me in this ride, because you know the work that I do to protect the vote.
Our rules. So if you're watching a game film, I go back to football, and I'm watching my opponent, and this is what I see. Ooh, we got this. We got this. And if that wasn't bad enough, wait till you hear this nonsense.
Specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced. With the results of the previous elections, our elected officers at this point are currently 2 male and 2 female. In order to be gender balanced, we must add 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender.
Oh my God. They're done. I keep telling you, there is no way these people can win another election anytime soon. That's what happened at the DNC election party. And the funniest part about all of that, making sure we've got 2 transformers for every 1 regular person, and I'm one of 11 black women up here because we're gonna. What'd they do? They nominated a white guy to be the chairman, and then they nominated a white effeminate guy, David Hong, to be the vice chairman. We can't make this stuff up. These people are functional illiterates. So I'm not worried about them right now. You let them run their clown show. We need to take care of business and find out where all this money is going, because damn, I don't know what that is. I mean, when somebody sent that to me, and I was like, is this real? Or is this an SNL sketch? Is this Saturday Night Live? Are you punking me? What's going on? Okay, we need 2 transformers, non-binary, for every 1. I can't keep up. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. They are too confused. Oh, absolute clown show. Absolute clown show. They all sound like DEI hires. Absolutely. Here's a question from Butch. Did Judge Merchan's daughter really get $95 million for DNC fundraising, or thinking out loud, did USAID deliver $95 million? I don't know where the $95 million came from, but yes, his daughter's marketing agency got $95 million. It's such a grift. There's Oh God, how about 3 qualified candidates? Yeah, they want to stay on the Democrat plantation. That's for sure. Yes, DEI for sure. All right, so it's 10 o'clock. I'm thanking you guys for showing up on a Sunday evening this late. I know during the week it'll be better because it's during the week. But thank you guys for showing up. I got to change this graphic tomorrow. But if you want to join our private group on X, it's free. Go to fanfareshop.org/group and you'll be able to join. There is no cost. And if you'd like to enter to win a hoodie, go ahead to fanfareshop.org and you can win, or you can enter to win a hoodie. So let me show you how that works. Let me make sure I'm logged into my program and that we got enough of these things that we're supposed to give out. Ashley just did another order. Hold on one second. Gotta make sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and give away some hoodies. All right, let me move this over here so you guys can see it. Let me move this window. All right, we're good. We're good. Don't you start barking. Sit down. Sit down, Mr. Midas. All right, so let me go with the drum roll first. Where's the music? Wow, did I delete it? No, I don't think I deleted it. Oh, here we go. And the first winner is Brian Finney. Brian Finney, you have won a free Trump hoodie. Let's go ahead with number 2. We go with the drum roll. And Lee Ellen Harris, you've won a free Trump hoodie. Let me just go ahead and refresh and do it one more time. Run the drum roll. Aaron Mulroy. Aaron Mulroy, you have won a free Trump hoodie. Now, starting tomorrow, when we start doing them tomorrow, we're having a new form where you need to put your size and your address in the form so we can seamlessly get these things sent out to you without any real delay. But thank you guys for playing. You win hoodies. So is Barry on at midnight? I don't know. I'm tired. I can't do it. You know what? Here, while we're waiting, there's still 17,000 over here. Let me see what you guys. Let me put a poll while I'm doing super chats. Let me see it. Let me put it. Should I do the midnight Elon show? Okay, so I'm going to put it up right now, and you guys let me know if you want me to go take a nap and get up in an hour or so. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, well, that's being run. Let me go ahead and do super chat, so I should be able to get a bunch in. Okay, let me make sure everything with the computer is set. Yeah, we're good. This is from Chris S. Thank you. Please, what, did it not show up? Did I not hit the button? Oh, okay. Please do not punk Barry. Tim McCurry, do presidential preemptive pardons cover treason? We still haven't found out whether the preemptive presidential pardons are even legal. So that's stand by for that information. We have to find that out. Brian Newland, thank you. The blood sugar level on that Democratic state. Oh, God, that's too funny. Cindy Banks, I think the world of you, Barry. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Ernest Walker, if you don't qualify the job, you don't get the job. It was so funny. They all went up there on stage, and none of them got picked in their big diversity push. Thank you, Karen Foster. Thank you, Barry, for everything you do. God bless you and your family. Thank you very much. Jeremy Hughes. Remember, knowing is only half the battle. True that. Now we got to do something about it. Stephen Anderson, an iceberg is small in view, underneath it's giant. Absolutely. Sandra J.G. Thompson, thank you. You're exactly right. Time to pray. Suicides will undoubtedly increase. We must stay strong for those around us that panic. I agree. Nana's Crotchet Corner. How does this dirty money deeds affect us? Well, it affects us because now we know who is funding it. Number two, it affects us because it came out of your pocket. So as Trump has been talking about no taxes on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. Earlier, Elon Musk said we should do away with property tax. We're finding out just how much tax money we need from people. Because if you find out that you've been wasting all this money, there's no reason that the tax rate has to be where it is. So I'm thinking that's where the basis of this is. Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, I mean, imagine if the tax rate was only, 10% flat. Beverly Litton, they think they'll block Bondi, now RFK Tulsi, sure, hope dissent can be trusted. Yeah, they got to do recess. I don't know. Maybe they'll get them in. Maybe Trump's got enough dirt on these people. Who knows? Thank you, Harold. Keep it up. Thank you so much. We can never know without you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dave the Patriot. Grok confirms treason does not have a statute of limitations. I absolutely love that you guys are using Grok. I think that's so cool. So very cool. Cajun Scully, Fubar, I want a refund. We all should get a refund for all this stuff. These people got stupid rich on our money. Is BlackRock in there somewhere? I think, Beverly, we're going to find out that somebody, maybe another one of these agencies, has been funding BlackRock. See, the source of the money, from what we see, is us. Tommy, you're the best, very unafraid, accurate, true info. Yeah. Tommy, I got your emails today. When I got home, I will contact you tomorrow about that. Where are we? Robert Husbands. And all this was learned because Trump exposed. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Barry, for bringing this. Yeah, all this is now being talked about because, yeah, Elon is doing it. Imagine that. Beverly again. Thank you. Soros masterminded, I bet. I think Soros is one sheet to the wind. I think his son is the one who's doing it. Larry 1754. In the Vietnam War, Air America was a contracted airline flying aid in and around Vietnam, but it was actually a covert CIA operation. This U.S. aid reminds me of Air America. Yep, I remember watching those movies. Jeremiah Kerr, the Tide Foundation tax deductible classification. Yeah, that's another thing. They're taking all our money, they don't even pay taxes on it. Barry, LA has a massive crowd of whiners right now, and tomorrow is anti-immigration day, supposedly. Go ahead, round yourselves up, please all get in the same place for Tom Homan. Where am I? Maria, thank you. Yeah, we have people in East Palestine looking at toxic sludge. Yep, those, I forgot to mention them. Exactly. Greatest ever. Everyone hit the like button. Thank you. Beverly Litton. Netanyahu will be in D.C. this week. Wonder if Iron Dome will be discussed. Yep. Hope Monica can see him. Yes, it should. That would be a big conversation. The smooth operator. Why are people blocking roads in L.A. not arrested? I think your answer is because it's L.A. that would be the answer to me, is that they're told not to. Jim Wright, I did my taxes today. This is really pissing me off. I think we should get a full refund for every cent we have paid in taxes throughout our lives. Yeah, I knew it would piss people off. Don Bershon, are you backing up your videos, Barry? Yeah, all of them, of course. Nancy, thank you for your hard work and dedication. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Onama, General Flynn, in an interview with Clayton Moore, said many in Congress are compromised. Maybe good future interview. Yeah, you can tell they are. There's no way this scam could be done without people looking the other way. Where am I? Jessica. Jeremiah. America can't afford to fund the world anymore. The end. Yep. That's it. You've come to us one too many times. Diane McGowan, I'm so extremely happy. I came across your YouTube late last year. My husband and I look forward to your broadcast. Thank you very, very much. Please keep coming back. Stephen Anderson, Canada is on take. NGOs still flying in newbies. Are they? I thought they shut down the CB1 app. Judy Tricon, thank you. Barry, you really need to interview Jerome Corsi. Extremely, extremely important. Ashley, you see that? Jerome Corsi. Thank you, Captain Danny. This winning sure is nice. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Scott Backdraft Esselman. I'm pretty sure Elon is doing the first Doge space at midnight. Yep, at midnight tonight. I don't know if I can make it. Let's see. You and Benny Johnson are the best on the internet. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Even being mentioned with somebody like that. I mean, he's been around for quite some time. Let me see what the numbers are on the thing. 81% out of how many people? Out of 2,000 people, like, yeah, we're going to be up. Oh, man. You guys are killing me. Silver Daily. Okay, that's what you just said. Next one is Lynn Morrison. Laundry money through Zelensky, which he didn't get. Someone's going to have the cojones. I think Pam Bondi will go after these people. Beverly Litton, please, Lord, protect President Trump. Yeah, he's going to have a lot of enemies right now. Chris M., thank you, Barry. Keep bringing us the truth, MAGA. Thank you very much. Kathleen, so given his track record, is Speaker Johnson on the take? I don't know who to trust anymore. I know it's sad, but I don't know who to trust. James Boulder, thank you. I don't know them, so I can't tell you what kind of people they are. But, you got to look at this and say, a lot of people know what's going on. A lot of people. Where can we watch Elon at midnight? It's not going to be a video. It's on X, and he's just going to be chatting. So there's no... On X is where you could go. Or if I do here tonight, you can come here. Barry, the information you have just released is so infuriating. This is so numbing, and it's hard to be logical anymore. This is insane. Thank you, Edward. And again, this is information that I'm just aggregating. You can start doing your own homework and start looking at some of this stuff and dig. Esberg, so much worse than I ever imagined. Stephen Anderson wondered why they are going to have military tribunals. I don't know if you saw, but they put a whole bunch of military guys down in Gitmo. A whole lot of them. Demon of Cybertron. This is not a snake, it's a hydra with many heads. I agree. It's scary. It's absolutely scary. Let's see, where are we? How long will I be blocked? Cliff, I don't know if you are blocked. I can see you. Hello, Joy. Yeah, they make me feel like wash, rinse, repeat. Show up, wash, rinse, repeat. Richard, 21, MAGA. Richard, thank you, Barry. Okay, I must have missed that part. Beverly Litton, what about Newman's, RSBN, OAN, and Tucker? What do you mean, what about them? Newsmax. I believe Pete Hegseth has moved them into the Pentagon briefings. Not the main White House briefing, but the Pentagon briefing. Mark Burke, Panama announcement, kick China out, just announced. Yeah, I just played that earlier. Not just, I mean, that was two and a half hours ago. Jen Boo Boo, to quote Holly Gennaro from Die Hard, after all this posturing, you're nothing more than a common thief. Holy crap-oly. Nicholas Jacobson, wow, brother. Thank you so much for reporting all this info to us. Please thank Robin for all, and tell her we all appreciate you with us. Wow. Wow, brother. Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. Huh. Man, wow. Susie Denham, fanfare news for the American people. Share to keep those love informed. Peace in numbers. Yes, peace in numbers. Gigi Crafts, who is behind all this? I can't tell you. They're back there. Brenda Litt says she wants restitution. Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely, because what we're seeing right now, someone needs to pay up. Randy Gold, thank you. Somebody definitely needs to pay up. From New Zealand, Laurie Glazebrook, I pray the Trump effect spreads over here in communist New Zealand. We get it. I thought Jacinda was already gone. She's still there? Oh, God. Yeah, she needs to get gone. She needs to get gone. Black Yellow Flashberry, you were spot on. This isn't just a swamp. It's actually a glimpse into Dante's fourth circle. Yeah, it's deep. Deep. I'll be watching your 8 p.m. takedown of the Nets, Christopher Walkman. Thank you. Let me see if I'm on the right here. Oh, Sally, Guantanamo. They all need to go to Guantanamo. Let them all stay down there. Christopher Workman, like Wally, we need photo of Lutheran woman. Yeah, I'll look that up, see if I can get her picture. Wally the Nigerian. Joy, I'm not Trump. I need my sleep. Just cover it tomorrow. Thank you. I hear the little dog starting to bark. I'm like, where's Dad? Where's Dad? I think. Let me keep moving here. Do that page. Okay. Super chat. I don't know what happened on X tonight. I'm sorry, but hopefully it worked on Rumble. Handcuffs for you, and oh yes, you too, from the greatest ever. Yeah. Police 45 Gitmo is going to be expanded even more. They got room, got lots of room. My Yorkie babies, UN is in Indiana making massive data center for correcting disinformation. Why would Indiana let these people in their backyard? I don't know. It makes no sense at all. Hey, Richard, thank you very much. Beverly Litton, will the Senate not even approve Bondi? I would think that this week we're going to see a bunch of the final hearings. So we're going to see, I would venture to say all three of them are up this week. Pop Crypto, how do you do it? This is three best shows every night. Thank you. Dominic DeCosta, very thanks for bringing the truth into the light. And I and my wife are praying for you and your family. The deep state is vengeful. Please be careful. See, I'm only broadcasting it. So if they want this, I guess they could shut me up. Yeah. Mountain Goddess, I'm upset, Barry. The people of North Carolina are still suffering and government saying there's no money. Altadena, California people don't have money. I know. Beverly, make a lot of copies of this podcast. In addition, your site may disappear. Back it up. What network has the strength to broadcast this news? X. That's about it. X. It seems like is the only people who are doing it. Let me. Bernatsky, do you believe the culture war is on its way to truly ending, or do you believe that there will always be an underlying entity keeping the fight alive? The culture war only began recently, and it was there to divide us, obviously, so I think it can go away. It's not going to go away on its own. We have to stomp it out, and that's going to take all of us. Dan Barnes, I believe accountability when I start seeing arrests and perp walks. I hear you. Roof says it's not playing on X's video ended. I don't know what happened. I will check, obviously, shortly thereafter. Hopefully it's still running on Rumble. Story time. Thank you, Barry. I want these demons prosecuted and put in prison. Yeah, absolutely. And actually, if you're still watching, you got to get Mike Benz. Definitely got to get Mike Benz back on now. Mike the Plumber. Wonder if Trump found out Pence had his hands in hiding the fraud. He had to have. He was the insurance policy. Hey, Toby, great job. Barry, love your show. Thank you, Jeremiah Carr. Can we not forget the J6 discovery between Ted Cruz and Kash Patel during the nomination hearing? What did the mayor of D.C. say? Yeah, I think that's a big story as well. Justin Trudeau is getting paid by the cartel. Police 45. There's something going on. Reason why these people are willing to throw their countries under the bus. Linda H., how much of the money went to a Biden shell corp? Read that part of Ukraine money didn't leave the U.S. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That's crazy. Let me just look here. Hold on. I gotta go to the next one. Not too much more, guys. Mike the plumber. No, I just said that one. Where am I now? Police 45. Just got that. Clicking on buttons. Oh, okay. Now I'm caught up. Okay, so let me keep going. Far Isle. Barry, please look into Catherine Austin Fitz. She'll tell you about the missing 21 trillion. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Dana Wright, yes, I'm as mad as hell about the money Doge is finding and what that money could have been used for us instead of against us. Mike Sanchez, you guys rock. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, that's what bothers me the most. Not just that they spent it, but they used it against us. Ken Hollis, hi Barry, I sent you an email yesterday. Hope to talk to you. Love your show. I love Midas and Miss Lou. He's sitting here. He's just sleeping. But I will check my email for sure. Go to the next one. I think we are. Oh no, here's a couple more. Tommy again. I just lost my Medicare Part B. Wow. Why? Denied. Deemed permanently disabled. And who took it away, Tommy? Beverly Stokes, keep the prime time. Thank you for your hard work. Okay, I'll do it. Gives me a lot of time between the early show too. Mike the plumber, thank you and mods. Elon and Trump want exposure more than anything. He pissed off Elon and tested Trump. Exposing them will keep MAGA in office for decades. I agree. By the way, SV is on his way home from Daytona Beach, so he should be around tomorrow. Lumpy Grits, arrest all involved in the Ukraine Ponzi scheme. Absolutely. Edwin Mendez, I gave the deep state too much credit. All along they were crocodiles, easy to see when paying attention to their gluttony. Just common thieves. Prime time coming, a nice ring, huh? Thank you, Party Dog. Jeremiah Kerr, USAID, Kellogg, Ford, Soros are all tied to the Tide Foundation. They use money to weaponize and conceal CIA efforts. We got scammed. We got absolutely scammed. It sucks. Absolutely sucks. Who knows where all the money went? That's the other thing. Laddie Addy, if Senate doesn't get Trump's cabinet picks confirmed tomorrow, they will be held to pay. I don't know if it's by tomorrow, but I would say by Thursday. At the latest, maybe Thursday. Get them all done. Let's see here. That's what I think it was. Because otherwise, you may have to go recess. Elena, a.k.a. Neely, love the intro, not just the music, but your awesome video compilation. Thank you. Trump's got so much stuff, it's easy to kind of edit, and I just have to find the music. Tamara, Saved by Grace Barry, is there a way to get a copy of your intro and outro? I want to blast this on all my platforms. I will post it in the next day or so in our X group. Hey there from Colorado, Lady Trucker. Let's hope the news is positive. Thank you, Barry, for all your hard work and keeping up the work you do. Thank you very, very much. Going back to the front here. Yeah, they did all that stuff about them here. I gotta do my Black Sisters. Raul Carrasquillo, thank you very much. Melvin Blodgett, happy Groundhog Day. Oh, that today? Oh, that's right, you got 6 more weeks of winter. Laura Gray, just come in with your PJ Snipe. We will be too. Donna D, you should just go to sleep, Bears. We can watch the recording tomorrow. You know it's going to go on for like hours. That's what I'm afraid of. Shantha Hanasha Sana. Thank you, Barry, for tonight's show. I hope it's going to be juicy from Elon. Scott Backdraft, breaking Elon must have just confirmed that the first Doge spaces on X happening tonight at midnight. Why the hell did he decide to do it at midnight? I just don't get it. Yes, 2 white men. MAGA Mama Barry, I changed my mind. You all need to rest, and we can watch Elon tomorrow. You need to sleep because Trump will probably be busy. Thanks for the great show. Yeah, I'll tape it, and then we can discuss it tomorrow afternoon. Cause I'm swamped, guys. I'm toast. And you'll probably fall asleep listening to it because there's no visuals. At least what I can do tomorrow is I can doctor it up and have some, videos over the talking. Live rated legislative media is crap. What about Newsmax? Newsmax? I don't know. From Lisa Lindbergh, thank you. And Patricia Everett, Barry's giving to you through PayPal. No, I don't use PayPal because of what they did with conservatives. Nah, don't like doing it. But, whatever you can do. If you can't do it, no big deal. Harold Whitted, thank you. You're my wife and love you. God bless and thank you very much. I just want to let you guys know, these super chats mean so much because oftentimes, about an hour after I do a video, YouTube will say, nope, you can't do that. And I'm like, spend all that time. So it's greatly appreciated, everything that you guys do. Wait until they check the Pentagon money. Yeah, that'll be something. Southern Ninja, thanks for another great show. Get some rest, Barry. Thank you. But we will talk about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We are spreading the word, Barry, to those around us. Amazing how many are clueless. You're right, Jay Cost. They really, really are. Francis Simpson can't get into X at all right now. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Danny Barrel, and thank you very much. Barry will keep you up with the super chat. So, I don't know how long he's going to talk for, but what I can probably do is set it up so that it feeds in here, so because some of you guys aren't on X, and you can actually just listen. What's it say? Yeah, so maybe that's what we can. Let me figure something out. Depends on how tired I am. It's already 10:40, so I don't know. If you see the notification on X, that means I'm going for it. And if you don't see the notification on X, it means I'm going to wait till tomorrow. But either way, we're going to cover it. Whether we cover it tonight or tomorrow, we will indeed cover it. All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. First time we did the 8 o'clock show. This is what it's going to be on the nighttime show moving forward. I appreciate all of you, everything you did, all the super chats. Thank you very, very much. Talk to you either in a little bit or tomorrow afternoon.